Bradley Johnson here. I just wanted to do a video on how to bulk. That's it, just how to bulk. There's a lot of stuff on my YouTube about losing fat, and it's always about losing fat. I'm just going to teach you guys how to put on some muscle. Now, what you should eat and how you should lift. And if you are new to this is these are my training logs here, so you'll see it in practice, and the link on the bottom of any one of those vids will show you the workout that I think is best for muscle growth for a new person, a novice lifter. That's the way you should lift. Okay, it should explain everything there. Now, in terms of how you should eat, which I've explained, I kind of explain every now and again, but I've never done a video that is just purely about it, just for explaining, so that people can just see it. What you want to do is have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you weigh 200 pounds, 200 grams of protein every day. That's the first thing. Then you want 30% of your total caloric intake, yeah, the amount of calories you eat in total, to be from fat. So 30% of your calories to come from fat. The rest, do whatever you like. Those minimums, hit those, and after that, fill the rest with whatever food you feel like. It will mostly be carbs. It may entirely be carbs, but it doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you want it to be. Once you've hit those minimums, you're good. In terms of deciding how much weight to put on, how much calories to eat, is based on how much weight to put on. So your lifting is determined. You do Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, say you do a full body routine, and you're wondering how much weight should I be putting on. Now, I would determine a slow bulk, clean, slow bulk is 1/2 pound of weight per week. That is a slow bulk. Now, the amount of muscle gained on a slow bulk like that will be less than if you eat more food and gain, say, 1 pound a week. Yeah? If you go for 1 pound a week, you will gain slightly more muscle, but you will gain a lot more fat. Now, it's up to you which one of those is better for you. If your goals are primarily strength-based, then you may want to go for that, just to make sure that you can lift a bit more, because at the end of that year, you will have a little bit more muscle. You just have a lot more fat if your goals are aesthetic, and you're going to have to cut down again. So that decision is up to you. In terms of what a dirty bulk would be, is anything more than that up to like about 2 pounds a week. If you're putting on 2 pounds a week, that is mostly fat. But there will still be a bit more muscle gain from that than on the previous 2 that I suggested. And how to determine these in terms of how many calories, if you are working out yourself and you haven't got my calorie calculator, which most people, you know, my Excel document, which most people won't have, at least at the time of putting this video out, is if you eat 250 calories more per week than your body needs to maintain your weight, you will go up in weight about 1/2 pound. So whatever your baseline is, add 250 calories. You're good. If you add 500 calories to that, you're gonna go up by 1 pound. Add 1,000 calories to that, you're gonna go up by 2 pounds a week, which will be a lot of fat over the course of over an extended period of time. So I would say to you, what I would do in my position right now, if I wanted to bulk, I would go for a really slow, controlled, clean one for 250 calories. If you are concerned with putting on fat to any significant degree, I would say keep it nice and controlled there. You will still put on some fat, but it will be much more limited, and your muscle growth will be more limited, but aesthetically you will grow in a much nicer way. Also, if you are overweight when you start bulking, as some people are, which is perfectly fine, or if you have a considerable amount of fat percentage, like you can't see your abs, you may in fact find that you recomposition just a small surplus like that, and your body burns fat and builds muscle at the same time. Once you've got those calories, use your weight and what happens to your weight to determine how you change them. For instance, if you imagine you go on an online calculator and it says your metabolic baseline is 2,500 calories, and then you start your diet, and in the first 2 weeks, both of those weeks, you go up by 1 pound in weight, and you were aiming for 1/2 pound in weight. Then you have to assume that it worked out your baseline a little bit incorrectly, and scale back a little bit, just so that you can hit what your actual goals are. Don't think that the online calculator or whatever gave you your baseline is right all the time, and that you're doing something wrong. It gives you a nice guideline to use, but you'll find that your body, your actual individual self, is slightly different, and you'll have to recalculate. I say recalculate every 2 weeks. Every week is a bit too much if you ask me, because sometimes scale readings are a little bit off. Give it 2 weeks, take an average of that, and then react to that, and every 2 weeks recalculate your diet and just make sure it's in line with your goals. That is how to bulk. Now, one of the mistakes people make is assessing their, this is alright if you're an experienced lifter, but if you're a novice, it's a really bad thing to do. Assessing their muscle growth by their weight. So I put on this much weight, so I put on this much muscle. It really isn't the case. Forget the weight. Know that you have to put on weight to put on muscle. Set an amount and go by it. But don't think of your a weight as a goal to achieve, like I'll get to this weight and then I'll be there, because that's not how muscle is built. The muscle will be built via a good training program and sticking to it religiously while giving 100% effort to it. And then if you are eating correctly, you will achieve that kind of muscle gain. But don't just assume that just because you put on weight, it's all muscle, just because you were at the gym, or you know, that's just incorrect. So I would say never set a muscle goal, a weight goal as something in a bulk. A much better goal to set is a lifting goal. For instance, I want to be able to deadlift 1.7 times my body weight. If you get to that, you'll know you put on muscle, because there's no way to pick it up. If you couldn't pick it up before and now you can, you must have grown in muscle, which is a much better indication than just weighing more, because if you eat food, you'll weigh more. It's easy enough. I think I've covered more or less everything for the basics of bulking, giving you some numbers to play with. That's the way to do it. That's the way I do it. It's really simple. 30% fat, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and fill the rest in with whatever floats your boat, which is whatever you enjoy. Train incredibly hard, go to 100%. Make sure that you're using a good lifting routine as I've shown you, and recalculate every 2 weeks. BrandonJohnson@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, of course, subscribe. Peace.